What's up, everyone? Bass here. So today's video, I wanted to go over my picks for 3 breakout candidate players for the Green Bay Packers for the upcoming 2022 season. Now, these picks are for players that haven't really had an altogether season thus far in their career. So someone like Rashawn Gary, who could still break out this year even more, is not going to be included in this list. And obviously, these are just my opinion. We'll see what happens, but these are the players I believe that will break out and are in the best position to break out for this year. And I also won't be including any rookies in this list, as they haven't played a single snap in the NFL. Now, rookies such as Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs could very well break out, but they're not going to be on this list just because of that fact. This is more for players that have already been on the team. Also, if you are new here and want more Packers news, analysis, and updates, consider going down and clicking that subscribe button. I post everything Packers almost daily, so if you're interested in that, please go down, click the subscribe button. Also, leave a like on the video to support my channel. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into the list. At number 1, I have safety Darnell Savage, entering his 4th year of his contract. The Packers accepted his 5th-year option deal for the 2023 season, showing faith in him. And although he has had some great stretches at safety for the Packers, he's been pretty inconsistent and had a pretty down year in 2021. Although he did play in every game in the season for the first time last year in 2021, racking up 48 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, and 9 passes defended, he really struggled in coverage, giving up 6 touchdowns on the year whilst dropping many interceptions while doing so, and also had his lowest PFF grade in his career with a 59.7 overall. But with all that said, I still believe Darnell Savage can become a top safety here in the NFL with this Green Bay defense. The Green Bay defense has so many pieces around him. This defensive backfield with Eric Stokes, Russell Douglas, Jair Alexander, Adrian Amos is so stacked. He has so many supporting pieces around him. I think he can become a top safety in the NFL, and he just has to put it all together and be consistent with his play, because he clearly has all the abilities to be a great safety in the NFL. Great speed, great instincts, and great physicality. Plus, like I said, he is one of the best safeties to support him right next to him in Adrian Amos, so that definitely helps. And overall, I think out of anyone on this entire roster to break out, it is Darnell Savage. He has the most tools at his disposal to break out. So for the second player on this list, I have tackle Yosh Nijman. And man, what a story for Yosh Nijman's career in Green Bay. Signed as an undrafted free agent in 2019 out of Virginia Tech, he rode the Packers practice squad mainly until 2020, where then he made the 53-man roster and mainly played on special teams. In 2021, with David Bakhtiari still recovering from that ACL injury, Elgton Jenkins injured his ankle in week 2, throwing Yosh Nijman to that left tackle spot week 3 against the 49ers and Nick Bosa, and played really well and started until Elgton Jenkins returned, and then obviously Elgton Jenkins tore his ACL, got injured again, tore his ACL in week 11. Yosh remained starting at left tackle pretty much every other remaining game except for that week 18 game against the Lions where Bakhtiari started and had 3 series. But other than that, he started every other game in the regular season that that Elgton Jenkins was hurt. Yosh Nijman did start. And then the playoff game happened against the 49ers, where for some reason the Packers benched him, moved Billy Turner over to the left tackle, had Dennis Kelly stay at right tackle, and it's a move that a lot of people to this day are still questioning. And people are questioning it and have the right to, because Yosh played so well during the 2021 season after being thrown into the fire, only allowing 20 total pressures and 2 sacks in the entirety of his play time in 2021. And this year, again, Yosh Nijman has a chance to be a starter at either left tackle or right tackle. Recently has been taking snaps at right tackle with the unknown of when Elgton Jenkins will return, but there's also an unknown of David Bakhtiari as well. Matt LaFleur says he expects him to be back during training camp, and he's hopeful, but that's just hopeful. So we'll see what happens there. But nonetheless, Yosh Nijman has snaps at left tackle. Now he's taking some at right tackle. So clearly they want him to get ready for the potential of playing right tackle, the potential of Elgton Jenkins not being ready to go week 1. So Yosh Nijman will likely start at a tackle spot week 1. My guess is at right tackle with Elgton Jenkins out. Until both are back, but very well could hold that right tackle spot if he plays well, sending Elgton Jenkins back to left guard when he returns, his natural position, just keeping Yosh Nijman at right tackle. If that continuity remains great and he's playing great at right tackle, there's no point to move him. So at that point, if Elgton Jenkins were to return, they'd probably just send him back to left guard. And that's if Josh Nijman is playing great, which that's why I have him as one of my breakout players. I believe Josh Nijman can be a very solid tackle in this NFL, and he showcased that last year and I think he could really hold down that right side of the line as well. Josh has a great opportunity ahead of him to showcase his ability and possibly even earn a big paycheck in this league. So my last player on this list at number 3 is tight end Tyler Davis, and I really have been talking about him a lot recently. Drafted by the Jaguars in the 6th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, then spent some time on the Colts practice squad, and that's exactly where the Packers signed him back in September of 2021 off that Colts practice squad after tight end Dominique Dafney got injured. And Davis has impressed coaches and players ever since entering the building, getting praise from head coach Matt LaFleur, GM Brian Gutekunst, and quarterback Aaron Rodgers. And Goot even said he thinks they have something in Tyler Davis, and that's really good praise to get from the GM of the team. Last year, in his limited snaps, he showcased he was a high-effort blocker at tight end, also catching 4 of his 5 targets for 35 yards, and he was 5th on the team in total special team snaps and 6th in special team tackles. With Bob Tunyon's availability unknown for Week 1, Davis could easily start as that role on offense, that move tight end with some vertical responsibility that Mercedes Lewis, Dominique Dafney, and DeGuara don't really hold. Tyler Davis could take that role if Bob Tunyon wasn't ready to go. And he actually could follow a very similar path that Bob Tunyon did in the NFL. A quarterback turned tight end in college, worked his way up, got his play time, and produced. Tunyon had nearly 600 yards and 11 touchdowns in 2020 after blowing up out of nowhere. And Tyler Davis could have that exact same opportunity this year if Tunyon isn't ready Week 1. And obviously, if Tunyon is ready, things will get more crowded, but that doesn't negate the fact that Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst, and Aaron Rodgers all praised him, so he'll clearly get his playtime. And that's exactly why I have him as a breakout candidate. He's going to have the opportunity to showcase his skills, and it's very clear a lot of people in his organization believe he does have that. So those are my 3 breakout candidates for this upcoming 2022 season. Do you agree with these 3, or do you have some other players in your mind? Just leave that down in the comments below. But that about does it for this one. I'll catch you on the next one. As always, go Pack Go.